Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gemma's Window. If you have followed the calculations in the box below and you have determined you're a power year number 2, then you're at the right place. Hey, twos, you only have to calculate your power year number once for the year of 2020. Every month, your monthly number changes, and that's where I come in. Okay, twos, in July 2020, you are in the month of 9. And the month of 9 really is about endings and tumultuous things that you're not enjoying, conflicts, things like that can end. So it can be a very good thing. Now, when you're in the year of 2, you are learning to define your personal boundaries a little bit and to be sensitive when you say no to things, because saying no to things can make you feel bad, and to try to help other people and be a peacemaker in other people's situations, even if you're not a part of them. Now, 9 is a bit of a contrast to that, because it can be, I want to go. I want to do. Come on. So you can have this tug of war feeling in this month of 9, where you'd like to just tell everybody, what to do and how to do it. But the year of 2 is making you feel badly about that or think twice about that, because the year of 2 is where you're meant to try to learn to approach these people in a much more sensitive, peaceful way. Hey, twos, another thing about the year of 2, it's a great year for commitment and having a family. It can mean breakup. I mean, it's a big relationship year. But for the most part, if you were breaking up, it might be because you met someone else or because you realized that this isn't right for you or going anywhere. Twos, let's start with our deck, and that tells us about business. So let's start with looking at business like we always do. Then we're going to move to relationship, and then we're going to move to any question you may have, twos, about anything. So when we're shuffling these cards right now, we're saying, what is going on at work with some of we would love it to be all of our twos, that they would benefit knowing about. Maybe it's a perception, maybe it's a promotion. Let's see what we've got here. And all the words that I say to in this reading are for you. So I divide the readings up to be more specific and make them more interesting, but all the words are meant for you if they resonate with you. So, twos, I have to tell you, I feel like you may be trusting the wrong person. So when it comes to the workplace, I feel like something is not going to go the way you wanted it to go this month. And indeed, there may be a month of endings, but it may be you who says, I don't want to work with that person anymore. I can't work with that person anymore. I can't work there anymore. There is a touch of legal in this reading, and it may be that you're in a government position or in some kind of legal job, or there may be an actual legal issue that is happening. And whatever transpires, you get caught in the crossfire. And you are not going to like it, and you are not going to be happy. And there's information here saying that you've got a lot of history with something, whether it's the company, the job, you've been doing it a long time, whether it's guilt by association because you've been working with the same people for a long time, or you've become friendly with someone who suddenly is on the outs. But I feel like whereas usually the reading would say, well, you have a great history with the company, they know you, they're going to trust you. I feel like it's a little bit opposite of that for you twos, is that it might be more of a guilt by association thing, or you just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. And so this is just a hint for some of you, is to be careful that you don't get into any kind of trouble, like overcharging. Say we're doing things independently and you're working from home and you say, well, you know what, so-and-so needs a ride to the doctor. They're not going to miss me. I don't know if that would be something that's a problem, that you're gone for 3 hours and you're getting paid for it and you're saying that you're still logged into your computer or whatever. Don't do it. Because it looks like this month of July is the month that you could actually get caught doing something and or somebody else bringing you down. Now, July is the month of endings, and August will be the month of new beginnings. So you're at a good stretch, moving into something new, and so maybe something like this was just bound to happen, or it opened your eyes to that. Well, something's got to change, So I don't like dancing around negativity. I'd rather you feel powerful and be like, yeah, I thought so. Or, oh, that's what she must have been talking about. Well, I'm not going to stick up for that person or get involved. I'm going to leave it at that, twos, for you, okay? And I'm going to move on now to our twos who are looking for work. And maybe some of you have jobs and are looking outside of that job for something. Okay. What's interesting is it seems like there's a continuation here for our twos. And it looks to me like even our twos who are looking for work have come from a situation, a negative situation or issue that you're going to be picked up again and given another chance, or maybe recognized again. Maybe you've been ignored for a while and somebody else keeps beating you to that new project or that promotion or that job, and boom, because of a big movement within the department or company, or maybe due to the virus, where suddenly some only limited people are coming to the office, or they're keeping people on but you have to work from home. You're going to make the cut. And I think you're going to be picked up for something that either the people, or it's a position you've done before, and I feel like you're going to be brought into that position in this month of July, or find out about it and have your new beginning in August, where you begin. Now, I had a card that fell out, and it's the Hermit card, and it means that you've been patient and you've been waiting, and even if you haven't been too patient, you have been waiting, and you have learned over this waiting time, like whatever's happening to you twos, whatever this shift and shakeup in the workplace that is happening to you across the board, you have learned a lot about perhaps the people you're working with, and perhaps yourself, and perhaps your likes and your dislikes, and you're like, okay, not again. I want to move on to something completely different, or I'm going to go back to school, or I'm going to teach, or there's a scholastic feeling with the Hermit card. It can be about someone who's going back for more certifications or training or becoming a trainer. But I think that our twos across the board are soured, a lot of you, in this month of July when it comes to the workplace. And even though you may decide to stay there for the meantime, you may be thinking about, I think I'm going to look for something else and I'm going to leave, or I'm thankful I got picked up for something, but it certainly was a lot of trouble to get there. Okay, twos. I'm going to leave it at that. And we're going to move on now to relationship. Okay, twos. Let's take a look. Now, 2 again is a very, very big make it or break it year when it comes to relationship. It can be a great year to grow a family or make a commitment of some kind to each other. Now, you're in this month of endings, so it's going to be interesting. Let's start with twos who are in a relationship. Twos who are in a relationship right now. Okay. Oh my gosh, what's with the legal stuff? And the moon card again, and I'm using a different deck. Twos, the writing is on the wall in the relationship that you're in. The writing is on the wall. And I do have the Justice card, so I do feel like there's 2 things that can be. One is there can be a legal situation happening in the relationship, and you are in this month of 9, which is the month of endings. So you may be deciding to stop or end, make major changes to a relationship, and I have this guilt card here where you're really second guessing yourself, like maybe I shouldn't, or they've been through a lot. And I'm getting though that this is the month to do that. This is the month to put your foot down, because you're going into the moon card, which is the deception card, and the card where someone's telling you one thing, but they're doing another. So you're going to be all feeling bad, like, well, maybe I should give them another chance, or maybe I shouldn't be so hard on them. And then boom, they just do it again. So it is the month of endings for those of you who have something come up in this month of July in the relationship, or you don't want to press charges against someone or get a restraining order because you feel badly about it. But then you're hit with the same situation again, twos. So there is a situation here. Maybe it's an ex stalking. And you're like, I don't want to start a thing, but you're heading into more stalking. So it's like you don't really have a choice to put your foot down majorly about something in the relationship and cut it off here and now. Cut it off here and now. That could even be a relationship that just, like, say, your parents, they just don't like who you're with, and something's got to go. Somebody's, got to understand that you're going to make your own choices, or maybe it's your loved one who doesn't like your family, and then you have to make a choice about that. This is a biggie for you, twos, and I'm sorry. Now, in reference to those of you twos who are looking for a relationship, who are looking for a relationship, let's see. I'm just thinking, that's why I'm stalling a little bit. Okay, so we have our twos, and they're out there, they're looking for love, and okay. All right. So what this says is that you may have already been settling for who you're going out with, or you may be settling in this month of July for who you're going out with. So it looks to me like you're going out with someone who you really see them as a friend, or they really see you as a friend, and you're like, is this it? Is this it? And it's not it. It's not it, because I feel like you're going to determine that this is not enough, this is not what I want, and what are the next steps that I have to do to get to where I want. Because the next card is where you consult with someone who's really in the know. Now, that person could be your hairdresser. That person could be a gym guru, a dietitian. I'm just thinking it could be a reader like myself. It could be a dating service, or I'm not sure. I mean, probably a lot of things where you get expert advice as to a therapist. What do I do about, I've been going with this person for so long and there's just no spark, but if I leave them, they might crumble, blah, blah, blah. And this is a month of endings, so it's got to stop, and you've got to get a hold of yourself and say, what do I really, really want? And that's what I'm going to hold out for. Okay, twos, moving on. Wow. Blunt and to the point. I'm going to shuffle our last deck, and I'd like you twos to ask any question that you'd like. And if it's about romance again, or if it's about work related, go right ahead. Go right ahead and ask. I'm shuffling. Okay, and we're going to say, what is the best outcome that our Power Year 2s can get with any question that they have? Okay, 2, so it looks like you really are influenced by this 9, by this endings month. Because it looks to me like you've either let someone get away with something for a long time, and that could be a doctor who doesn't return your phone calls, or it could be in a relationship or at work, and you've let someone get away with it, and maybe even in reverse. Maybe you've been getting away with something. I don't usually flip like that, but I am going to in this case. It's time for a reprimand. It's time for you to come out and say how you feel in this month of endings and wrap it up. And yes, I do think that there are complications to that. I do. I think that you might feel that, well, now the cat's out of the bag about how I feel. And it's going to get around, and now I'm going to be unpopular, and things are going to get twisted. And yes, that seems to be a part of it, but it seems that things are coming to a head on whatever the situation is in the month of July. And for you to be able to get back on track and to say how you feel, yes, it is going to be unpleasant for a little while. And then you have the month of new beginnings coming, which is your month of August. And you can start fresh again in the month of August. But this month of July is going to push you to a point where you feel, I can't take this anymore. I've got to make a change, and it's not going to be pretty, but I'm going to do it for myself anyway. Okay, twos, thank you for joining Gemma's Window. If you haven't subscribed, would you please? I would love to have you. If you'd like to find out about me, just jump on to gemmaswindow@gmail.com. And until next time, twos, thanks so much for joining me. Bye for now.